Welcome to Your Power Your Story, a podcast produced by high school students in Chicago at the creative Impostor Studios with support from After School Matters. Today we are talking with singer and voice coach Davin Youngs. Good morning, Davin. My name's Elijah Addy. How was your day today so far?
What's up, Elijah? It's good to sit with you in conversation. Thanks for that amazing introduction. My day is great. It's just getting started, but you all made it so much better because we did some singing together. So I'm feeling happy and good.
Where were you born and where do you live now?
I was born in a small town in West Michigan, Southwest Michigan. It's called Otsego. You've never heard of it, but it's really close to another town called Kalamazoo, which has a funny name that maybe you've heard of before. It's about 2.5 hours away from Chicago here, and that's where I live now. I live right in the South Loop of downtown Chicago, and I've lived in Chicago for 20 years.
Why is listening important for singing?
It's a really good question. Your voice is the best way that you can express your thoughts and your feelings and your ideas. And so the way in which you discover those is first and foremost to listen not only to yourself, but to others. It's hard to listen while we talk. So sometimes we have to stop and notice and listen and hear. And when we do, we can start to be more intentional, make good, smart decisions about what it is that we use, how it is that we want to use our voice. So listening and careful listening and thoughtful listening is a very, very important tool, not only for our voice, but how we're able to connect with other people too.
How do you play music? What instruments do you use?
So I primarily am a singer. The primary instrument that I use most often is my voice. I sing and I make music that incorporates my voice. I use what are called electronic looping devices, and I create layer upon layer upon layer of my voice and different sounds with my voice. But I also make music with piano, and I make music with what are called sound healing instruments. So crystal singing bowls and the gong and tuning forks and drums and rattles and shakers. So I play a lot of different instruments and just allow myself to experiment and explore with all of them. My favorite instrument is my voice. It's the one that I'm most familiar with. It's the one I've spent the most time with. It's the one I've studied the most and can do the most with. So my favorite instrument to use to make any kind of music is when I get to use my voice and when I get to sing.
What are the style?
Well, I sing in all different kinds of ways, but the music that I make and perform most often is what we would call ambient or meditative music. So it's very relaxing, very chill. People come to my shows and they lie down. They actually don't sit in seats, they lay on the floor. But I also grew up studying to sing classical music, and I like to sing folk music and gospel and R&B and all sorts of types of stuff.
When did you start singing?
I've been singing my whole life. For as long as I can remember, I have felt compelled to use my voice and sing. And the very, very first time I performed, I was 2.5 years old. And it was my parents' wedding anniversary. And I sang the song, "You Are My Sunshine." And so for as long as I can remember, I've been singing and performing for others.
How did you learn to sing?
So some of singing is natural. Some of it was something that I was born with a gift or a skill. But over years, starting at age 11, I started to take voice lessons. And I studied with various teachers to make my voice sound more coordinated in my body. So make it sound like I have a little bit more skill and ability around it. And I studied singing all the way from age 11 until I was, in my middle 30s. So I've studied for many, many years with lots of different teachers.
How much do you love singing?
I love it so much. I love it more than any other creative expression. It is my joy. It is the thing that makes me happiest on any given day. And yeah, it just is really my life's passion and my life's work is to use my voice in singing.
Why do you love singing?
Well, I think it's the best way I know how to express myself. It's the best way I am able to find creative expression. And just singing, using your voice, it vibrates in your body and it makes you feel really good. So even right now, just talking with each other, it makes us feel good to do that together. But when I sing, it really allows for those vibrations to flow through me and just release all of the good feelings, all the good vibes from within.
We kind of know what voice coaching is, but how would you describe it?
So, if you think about sports, if you learn how to play a sport, how you get better at it, someone shows you how to use your body. Like, let's say basketball, for instance, you might be able to dribble, you might be able to shoot, but sometimes someone's got to show you a better way to use your hands when you shoot the ball at the rim. And so that's what I do with people with their voice is I help them understand how they can use their body more efficiently, more effectively, in a more coordinated way. And then we start to unpack and unravel all the ways in which that changes how they feel about themselves, how it is that they feel about their voice. So it's very simple in some regards and very complex in others.
Did you become a voice coach?
Well, like I said, I've been taking voice lessons since I was 11 years old. And I just felt at some point, as particularly after college, that I had enough information that I would be able to help others. And as I've gotten older, I've become more and more skilled at being able to help others find more freedom and ease in using their voice too. So it's something I learned from a lot of other great, amazing teachers before me. And then something I've learned as I've done it along the way too.
My name is Nikili. What can you do if you feel nervous or scared to sing?
That's a really good and important question. And I think that it's something that we all feel, even people who have been singing in front of others for a long time, they still get scared and nervous sometimes because it's very exposing to get up in front of others and use your voice. So, part of getting better at dealing with the nerves when you sing is just to know that everyone actually is rooting for you. A lot of times we think that people are against us, but when we see someone up in front of us sharing of themselves really freely, it makes us want them to succeed. So part of it is practicing that mindset of knowing that people are really on your side and then getting lots and lots of experience of being in front of other people using your voice. You get more and more comfortable with it over time.
Where do you perform?
Well, I perform in a lot of different places. I create these experiences, these meditative sound experiences, and I create them at small venues throughout Chicago. But in January, I'm going to get the opportunity to do that again at a really beautiful, amazing venue called Orchestra Hall, where the Chicago Symphony Orchestra plays. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Have you ever coached or worked with someone famous?
I have worked with a number of people who are well known, let's say it like that. People who have performed in front of many, many thousands of people. But I have grown to know that even people who are very well known, they suffer from the exact same problems that we all do. So it doesn't really matter too much to me if they sing in front of 5 people or 10,000. We're still on the same journey together.
What do you want to do in 5 years and in 30 years?
I don't know if I have an answer to that one. still be alive. Okay, so in 5 years, I want to have experienced being on some bigger stages in front of larger amounts of people and sharing my voice much bigger. And then in 30 years, I want to be relaxing on the beach with a delicious drink in my hand, singing by myself with a ukulele.
Who are my favorite singers?
Some of my favorite singers. Well, I like all different types of singers. And so I really like some famous popular people like Beyonce or Ariana Grande, or I like Drake sometimes. But I also like some people that you probably wouldn't know, like the lead singer of a band called Radiohead, goes by Tom York or Bjork. Or I like good old classic operatic singers like Luciano Pavarotti, or all sorts of voices that I listened to in college when I was studying classical music, like Cecilia Bartoli. So all different types of singers.
How you earn money?
The primary way that I earn money is by helping other people find more freedom and ease with their voices, to help them sing more easily and more coordinated in their body. And then the other way that I earn money is to bring other people into what I call immersive sound experiences, creating performances.
What kind of meditation you do where you are?
So the thing that I do that I just mentioned, immersive sound experiences, it's kind of like if you were just to sit in a room with sound washing over you. And it's kind of like a meditation, like very relaxing, quieting your thoughts and being really easy in your body and allowing for the sound to just vibrate through you while you do that.
Why you make sounds meditation?
Because I think that it's a really unique way to bring people into more peace and ease in their lives. And I think it's very accessible for people that might not find that sort of experience something that's common for them.
What are some of your meditations?
On all of your favorite streaming platforms. You can check me out on Spotify. Do you listen to Spotify? Or anywhere, YouTube, you can find me in all those places.
Bonus round. Do you have any pets?
This is the best question yet. I do. I have a dog. Her name is Nico. She's a little itty bitty pitty, little pit bull.
If you could do anything in the world, what would you do?
One of my favorite things to do is to travel, to go places that I've never been before and see scenes I've never seen before and explore cultures and food and all sorts of stuff like that.
What is your favorite food?
I love Middle Eastern food, hummus, tabbouleh, chicken shawarma, anything like that. It's right up my alley.
What's your favorite color?
Well, as you can tell by my sweatshirt, blue, the best color ever.
My favorite. Is there anything else you want to share with us today?
I think you covered it all, and I really, really enjoyed this conversation. So thank you for asking me such thoughtful, good questions.
Thank you for singing with us today and for the interview. I hope you have a great day. Power Your Story podcast is produced by high school students in Chicago with support from After School Matters and the Creative Impostor Studio. Follow us at Power Your Story Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Or visit poweryourstorypodcast.com. Thank you for listening. Have an awesome day. Peace.